Best. Well, first of all, on Monday nights, we do insight. Insight night is just finding the place between our thoughts. And that's all. We just use tips and tricks and vibration and whatever, and we're just trying to find the place between our thoughts. So we're not so enamored with just the duality of our story. The rights and the wrongs, this and that, just only the polarized way to see it. So we are going to dive into that. We're going to get ourselves involved in whole body connection and movement. So we'll stand up, and after you're either laying down or sitting down or whatever it is you're comfortable doing, then we're going to get into whole body movement where we're going to just, well, we'll get to that point. But there is something really powerful about finding this place once you're sensitive enough to realizing how to start connecting all these. They feel like they're just connected parts, but finding the place where you like realize, wow, this is like I'm finding the full front of the edge of the wave, and I'm riding up the wave. I'm finding the crest. I'm riding the crest. I can go over the top. I can take it, and I can control that with my breathing. And like, wow, there's all these little skills I can gain. So what we're doing is we're doing like an inside-out workout where we're really trying to elongate, stretch out, and make strong at the same time all of our fascia and all of our everything. So with that, should we get
so before you know, it's kind of like an overview of what we're doing. But just to start out, we just kind of start out with like a 15-20-minute meditation of just getting sensitive to ourselves. As we start out, we're just going to begin just by focusing on our breath. The idea isn't to just stay steadfast with our breath tonight. There's concentration-based meditation. There's awareness, observer-based meditation. And we're kind of leaning towards observer awareness, and kind of letting go of that concentration and just allowing everything. So as we begin with our breath, which kind of is a good starting point to stay aware, we're just going to follow that for a while, and then just allow yourself to notice what is appearing in your mind, your awareness, between your emotions or your thoughts, or I don't know, your back starts feeling something. And just be mindful of just exactly how it feels. Don't resist anything. The idea is just to surrender. Be sensitive. Again, just take a deep breath.
And it feels a little bit ironic. I don't know how much experience you have with meditation. Just tiny bit. Absolutely.
No,
So this is just self-care instead of self-care, right? All we're doing is saying, hey, right now I'm loving myself. What happens the second I go present, I start to realize, oh wow, there's an edge on me that feels tight, or so I might find some sort of emotional edge, or a physical edge, or a mental edge, or a social edge, or a spiritual edge, any kind of an edge. Those edges are just like an alert, like a, hey, here's a little thing. Here's an area that I've not been paying attention to. And so if anything is coming across your mind, the goal is to not think anything at all. But if any sort of natural emotion is there, please don't let it not roll. Let it roll. Let it happen inside you, and everything is as natural as possible, because this is you finding the ultimate real you in a place of, hey, I'm right here together with everything, and you start to become more aware of your impact on everything. You start to become aware of, wow, I'm really actually am together with all this. I'm not just only I'm a me, but I'm also tapping into this we thing. And it's like, how do I? So what we're doing here is just bridging that gap and helping us understand how to operate as a relatable thing. And so this Surrender Lab is designed because we believe everybody deserves to enjoy living. And we help by empowering empathy. But in order to even get to that point, we have to surrender our head stories of everything we think that, well, you're wrong about this, and you're wrong about that, and you're wrong about that. And we're walking around just so violently approaching everybody instead of just receptive to their unique story. Hey, you're the only unique you who lives your unique story, so why don't I receive you instead of resisting? And so that's what we're doing, is learning how to just be receptive of each other's unique stories. Actively listening instead of listening to respond or listening to react, or actively like trying to figure out how I can add this person in life. So
I'm really glad we have that, Ken. It's really just about being receptive to how everything is as it is, not pushing anything away, just being receptive to how nature is.
And then from that point is where all relatability starts. It's where we find out where the doorway to love is. It's where we feel grateful for everything. It's where we perceive all the beauty. It's where we realize that there's clarity and vitality and abundance all right here in the present moment that we oftentimes are just skipping because we're so in love with our stories of the past that we're telling that to ourselves more often than we are leaning into something new right now with a friend.
So you say don't think of anything, would that be like?
Sure.
It's a great,
Colors or black or
this is a really
It's a really good question.
wind?
I would say, what does it feel like when you're listening to me talk right now, and I'm just speaking words at you, and you're listening? Are there any thoughts going through your mind right now? Or are you listening? Silence.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mhm.
when we're inside of ourselves, if you're having a conversation with yourself,
It's absolutely key to this.
when you're having a conversation with yourself in your head, we all do that, right? Think about that. You're having a conversation with yourself, but you're acting like a self. Just the one thing. But there's a speaker and a listener. So which one are you? You ever thought about that?
Well, I actually have. I don't control who's talking to me, it's a little narrator. But yeah, so you're supposed to just listen, and if I'm listening, I'll do it right.
Well, there is no right. There is everything in here is the perfect. Whatever you already won by coming because you're just saying, hey, I want this text. So there is no right or wrong way to do it. But yes, for you, actually, there are right ways. So I'll correct you constantly when you're doing it wrong. And come by and
I would love, I need that.
Okay.
I need to be
Well,
told.
please ask as many questions as possible. If you ever feel anything, just please ask as many questions as possible. We're going to give light guidance as we start playing these vibrations. But the idea is just to receive for a little bit, and just be sensitive to feel where your body's at. And once we're done with that, we're going to kind of go work into kind of moving our bodies and leaning into those places we feel like need love and awareness and attention.
and it'll be very different at that point because you're already
Yeah.
two layers of sensitivity that you're going to transverse.
I'm not touching it from like vibrating your body and going where like the vibrations are
Yeah, I
body.
know exactly where you want it.
Like,
Yeah.
oh. Okay.
Very, yes. You're using vibration right now to say, hey, I want to know what this is like to travel these vibrations and ride these waves instead of actually resisting. And it's very beautiful and balancing and melodic and musical, and you'll see it's just
Turn that on.
TV, turn it off. Is it annoying?
Is it okay for you? Yeah.
You can, go for it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes. I can see, like,
Typically, still I'm trying to.
never, but when you're meditating.
Or like that one. Or if I can move. Actually, let me just move it. You can keep that.
All right.
Yeah.
But we can just have that. Here, we
Thanks for doing it.
leave that one on.
Oh, is that annoying you?
Yeah.
Oh, that, I thought you were talking about this.
Oh, no, that's the one. Keep it on. I'm sorry, I'm trying to have things not take my attention because.
Isn't this kind of fun? Why is it those colors?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize that. What?
It's like the aurora borealis.
That's what I was just thinking, yeah.
All right. So, this is a couple of things since you are new to that whole meditation concept. There's a few basic pieces that we've been keeping your awareness outside of you right now, the way we've been talking to you, right? We've been saying, hey, we're these outside things, and so you're going to pay attention. We're facilitating this right now. You're going to have space. Well, we're trying the whole entire time to help you because you're the one who does all your own healing. We know that we're our own self-healers. On Wednesday nights is the night that we go live to the world and we say, hey, right now we're healing ourselves. And we have done this over and over and over again, but we've proven now that we are our own healers. We have lots and lots of examples of this very kind of thing. So Brandy she'll come in, so she's going to actually, if you guys are okay, she might work on your neck and your back, like your head, like rubbing on your shoulders. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
It's magic. She's so good, you magic. Okay, so
Yes.
Is it push black?
Yeah, it's probably right. But they just wanted it. They wanted the next week. So it's
Everything kind of the light.
Yeah.
If that light back there, maybe you can turn on. That, okay, so
Oh, yeah, you can't see anything.
your awareness is, you can either have your awareness on the inside of you or on the outside. And we're practicing in Center Lab the concept of keeping our awareness on the inside. So with your eyes closed, it's easier to do that very thing. So awareness on the inside is one thing. Relaxing as much as possible every part of you, like just letting go of intention. So in the way you breathe, receive new with every inhale. Release old with every exhale. Receive new, emphasis on the new. It's all new breath, it's all new life, it's all new everything. Receive new potentiality, release the old on every exhale. And so as you start doing that, what happens is your awareness goes to your breathing. Now you're breathing, now your awareness isn't on the outside anymore, it's on the inside. And it's just observing without judging the breathing. So you're just gonna go ahead and close your eyes for a second. And just take your awareness to observing your breathing without labeling it. You'll just observe how your body naturally breathes, it naturally inhales, it naturally exhales, and you can just observe rather than trying to be the breather. Any thoughts that come, just as quickly as you're able to, just let them go. Just imagine there's like a blackboard in front of you, just magically wipe it, everything goes away real fast, or whatever your little technique is, but just find a way to say, no, right now I'm just going to find a place where I don't want to think. So we're just relaxing the thinking. We're not going to think from it because we want to know what the sensitivities are between our thoughts. Your awareness on your breathing. Or observing your breathing, or you realize that every breath is something different. Almost like you're sitting on the beach and you're watching. Go back out. Similar every time, but different, very uniquely different every time. Translate it out, you choose to allow yourself to rest into a position that's very comfortable. There is no right or wrong way to sit except for Ashley is wrong right now. Actually, I'd like to go ahead and hold the camera out to show an example so you actually have a way not to sit. Yeah. Just eating, Ashley, you're saying perfect. Now there is, but we're not going to focus on this for a lot tonight, but there is definite advantage in focusing, not focusing, but just allowing for stillness as well. So let's practice this for a minute because it enhances everything. Relax, relax, relax. Awareness on the inside. Just go back to your breath or whatever's easy for you. Keep it on the inside. Now try to maintain stillness. The body's going to want to move no matter what the urge is to move. Just allow for yourself to maintain stillness instead. Just observe a perfect place of stillness. Just relaxing the mind, relaxing everything. Take your awareness now to sensing what you sense in your lips. Your lips very lightly pressed together. Not labeling it, you're just going to sense what you sense in your lips. And as soon as you sense anything at all, allow your awareness to move to the left, into your left cheek. When you sense anything there at all, move your awareness back to your lips. Take your awareness down to like your right index finger, the tip of your right index finger. Sense anything you sense there. Then take your awareness to your whole left hand. Sense your whole left hand at once. As soon as you sense anything, let's keep your awareness moving, but at the pace that you know you can go. So now just take your awareness back to any of the places that you know you can go. You go on your own journey for a minute, but for the next minute or so, I'm just going to be quiet and let you ride these vibrations down to wherever you want to travel on the inside. We keep your awareness on the inside, but maintain stillness for a minute.
in breath, receive everything you believe. On the out breath, release everything that no longer serves you.
Relax the crown of your head even more, and then relax your forehead even more. Let like a wave, like feel like water coming over your whole entire body, allowing you to relax every part of you. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, your hands. Mindfully reposition your body if you want to, like get into just really slowly put yourself in whatever position you want.
Experimentation and talks about it before. We really found that a lot of our negative emotions, experiences that manifest, are caused by trauma that we hold in the body. We held in a lot of ways in a lot of different places throughout the entire body. And you can release these tensions, unintentionally or intentionally. And what we're doing here is trying to release it a little more intentionally. And you can do that in a lot of ways. And one way you can do it is by scanning your body. It's being aware of your whole body as it is right now. And feeling if there's any spots that are, maybe uncomfortable or even variable, something that's calling out to you, it's sticking out in your body. When you feel something like that, give it all of your attention. And just by doing that, you natural inclination to move, you want to relax a little bit, and if you might just feel tense and stuck, and you just want to stay there. Feel stuck, just stay with it, observe it. While you're doing it, stay connected with your whole body and mind, while still staying focused on this place. You feel about doing it.
Okay, like in the most slow motion way you possibly can, like take a minute, like a full minute or more to get yourself into the standing position where, but like try to keep your eyes closed the whole time and move your like very, very slowly work up to a standing position. You're going to be aware of every single part of your just try to keep your awareness on the inside and be aware of every single micro movement of the standing in the process. And widen your stance a little bit to where you're wider than the mat, or maybe turn yourself the other way on the mat so you're standing there. You kind of widen your stance a little bit, wider than shoulders width, and drop your core down just a little tiny bit. So say like you're going to an athletic stance. So like now, you guys play sports, no? You play sports. You're in an athletic stance, right? You're gonna move from your core, is what we want to do right now. We want to keep our awareness on the inside as much as possible. But we're gonna take our awareness to our core. This is where we can move with more agility, is when we realize the power source is considering. So right now, just take your awareness to the area. Imagine 2 or 3 fingers below your belly button, right back in the middle of you, and just go like about a baseball or orange size, maybe a softball or so, and take your awareness there, and here, I'll guide you there in a different way. Take your awareness back to just your breathing. You're staying in this stance where you just drop it a little tiny bit. You engage, you feel the heat there, like you're not a big burn on your quads, but a tiny little bit there. Now take your awareness to just your breathing. Just like we did before, we're just being aware of the observation of our in-breath and out-breath. Once we feel like we have a good observation of that, try to let your awareness travel down to this other area inside of you, that area in your core. Go into it as strong as you possibly can and take some tension there with your whole body. So move your whole body into it a little bit where you're like, yeah, I really want to feel that. We're going to really try to draw some tension into that area. Wake it up. Massage it open. Give it a little bit of life. Let it know you want to pay attention to it right now. You want to love on it. And from that place, start to imagine that little sphere inside of you rotating toward the front really super slowly, and then rotating toward the back super slowly. And you can even physically do it with your body. You can like let your body and your awareness match on that. Where you're just really super, super slightly rotating your hips. They're rotating the whole entire upper part of you as well, because everything's all connected right there at that middle part. Now go side to side with that sphere. Now take your awareness and make it just a little bit bigger. Like increase the size of it towards like double its size. And just become aware of what the surroundings were like right outside of where you were just playing with it. This is more difficult to do when you first get started with it, but it gets easier and easier as you increase your sensitivity to it. But this is a skill that accesses a ton of other skills as soon as you learn how to activate and move from the core, so that every part of your body moves from the command from this area. So learning how to take your awareness there, it's worth practicing. My experience. Take a big, huge deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your lungs all the way, but do it bigger than you normally do. Take a bigger breath than you've ever taken before. Fill up your lungs all the way, but all the way up, but now fill them out as well. Go out, expand out. Let your rib cage go out. Fill up all the air and hold it at the top for 10 seconds. You let go of it. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna all full band movement. We're gonna let go of every single ounce. Release all that old. Let go of any tension in your body. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Through the exhale. When you go to the very bottom of the exhale, release it all out. Go far farther than you think you can when you create like a little vacuum. It almost hurts. You start get rid of everything and then you start breathing fresh again. And take your awareness back to, I'm going to take your feet back to just like a shoulder width apart now. And put your hands in front of you like this. Drop back down a little tiny bit with your knees. And just get a gauge on what you feel right now in your whole entire body. Try to take your awareness to your whole entire body all at once. Sense everything you feel. You can kind of compare it, if you want to, real quick, to what you felt when you first walked in. Now, really slowly start to move your body. You can open up your eyes and look what all I'm doing is swaying really, really slightly. Whatever you're allowed to move from here and allow that to be this thing that starts to sway.
Yeah, really.
Into like a small, into a figure eight.
Full body movement. So kind of like dance.
So we're just
full body movement, just getting on all around the muscles, forward.
I'm getting my arms involved in it as well because I've been doing this for a while and like I have all these edges and I'm like, oh yeah, there's my edge right here. I'm like, and I'm leaning into these edges. I love to call this lovingly leaning into my edges. So I find an edge. Here we go. I just kind of do my little stance. I'm like, oh, right there. Look at that. I feel it in my flat here, like right there. Like, all right, well, instead of shining away from that area, we're going to go straight to. We're going to stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, and just keep staying there, and stay there longer than you think you can stay before. You're building patience the whole time. But you're opening up all these channels and you're connecting all these things that haven't been connected before because we were just acting like it was just a separate thing. And so we're waking up the whole body to work with itself as a one unit instead of a whole bunch of disconnected separate things. So sway your body now and get a little bit bigger with your movements and open up your arms and move them out and allow yourself to feel bigger than your normal space. It's just you right here. You put a little bit of a ball around you and start to just kind of feel like you're moving into it a little bit. Like you've got this energy ball that you can play with. The more you match your breathing to this, the more magical it becomes, where you learn the skill. There's no right or wrong movement. All you're doing is just letting your body just try to become connected in free flow all together. Unless you look really awkward like Ashley does when she does this.
That's small feet. I don't have balance. I don't know the ratio of that.
A whole body movement is advanced meditation. We have learned that you gain the biggest thing, you gain the biggest skills once you start learning how to match your mindfulness to every part of your whole body and all your movements all at once. So becoming mindful of every single little tiny bit of your body's movement is just liberating. Start to gain full control over your life and realize life's happening to you, not to you, but for you. Learning the skill of becoming receptive instead of resistant. Training ourselves to be patient and actually want to hear everybody else's stories. And move this into like, put yourself into a squat as much as you're able to. Wherever your squat puts you at the max, just stay there. But find yourself into a place where you're like, oh wow, holy cow, there's my whole body being engaged. Really get yourself into it. Find the biggest edge and just watch how everything constantly changes. Take your awareness there, take your breathing there. You watch how you're not fixed. It actually changes a little tiny bit at a time, as long as you're just sticking with it.
And as you get into this position, you're gonna want to just relax into it. So, you know, any pain you feel is okay. You know, and except you know, it's like searing instant pain. You know, a little bit of pain's okay.
Yeah, modify it however you want to do
Yeah, modify it whatever you need.
it.
You don't need to keep the thing out in the spot every day for quite a while. So, yeah, it's got so deep. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I need actually more.
You're better at it than
Just gotta go deep, right, Bo?
Yeah.
Even though it stops hurting if I go low.
It's okay.
Yeah, totally fine.
Because you're gonna find other edges in other places. Doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. You are more advanced than we are. In this obviously in this part. I can't.
Just go.
In only this one thing, we're gonna give you that credit.
Okay. I'll take it.
We'll find other things later. Just play around with your body in any kind of position you want to. Just move super mindfully and try to maintain presence with every part of your body's movement. The slower you do it, the faster you train. Understand? Thank you. I used to shy away from anything that was like an edge like this before, my physical edges. I didn't know what was on the other side. Just always thought I was stuck.
Feel free to stay in a squat if you want. I'd smoke the stand up.
At this point, feel free to swing your body any way you want to. You're the one who's aware of where your edges are.
Yeah.
Your biggest edges might be up in your upper back or your upper thoracic, or you might be in your hips, it might be your left leg on the bottom.
Anywhere else on?
The only other possible place would be in your left kneecap.
Nothing to read about. Right,
And that is the correct answer. Here's all the inflection. The more you connect your whole body to the awareness in the area that you're playing with, the more efficient the whole process is. So some practicing playing around with the idea of creating tension, releasing the tension, doing it small, doing it tight, and then release it tight, and then create a bigger, you're like constantly trying to like create new areas of, and all you're doing is just elongating and stretching out this, all this tight up fascia that's inside of you. It's like you have spots in you that are like this. And what you're doing is you're taking your awareness to it and you're saying, what does it feel like to let that release? And so, and you have the little pockets all over the place, but one at a time. The more connected to the whole body, and practicing the create tension and more, let it go there. You just start to realize there's just like this whole entire, like there's a lot of levels of awareness of.
They want us to squeeze our muscles.
Exactly. Tense everything up and then release everything and practice that in your whole body, and then practice that as often as you can in level spots. That way you get a feel for how to quickly mitigate and balance yourself out. Like whenever you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, I don't have to do this. I can just start massaging myself, doing my thing, and all of a sudden I'm there.
Yeah, by pushing it to those extremes, you can build the bandwidth for, knowing how to gauge where you're at.
Right? How you guys like the variation? Isn't that cool?
I think I'm more flexible than I used to be, like just now.
You are. Yeah. You are. You can open up so much so fast. It just depends on where you want. You do it at the pace. Everybody has different paces. Yeah. Some people go super slow. Some people just like. Doesn't matter what pace you do.
It's like all stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not something.
Well, it seems obviously good for your knees. Because it's not hurting anything, right? discovered a thing just on my own, practicing around with whole body connection and movement and stuff when I was first playing around with this. And I was like, wonder what happens if I just start taking that little ball inside of me. I got really super aware of it. I was just like, I mean, it was like palpably like holding, I could feel like I was holding it. It was so strong. And I started, I don't remember thinking that it is. I learned how to build up a bunch of energy really fast, way faster than I thought that I could build it up. I was like, man, if I was back on the wrestling mat again, this is what I would want to do right before I mean, my son's getting ready to wrestle with me. And I'm like, I can't wait to show him this little trick. Because here's what I was doing. I was on my hands and knees at the time, but you can do it at the same time while you're standing the same position you were, or you're in your athletic stance. You just take and you start creating rotation with that in your whole body at the same time. So like start moving it like around in a little circle. Or whatever direction you want to, no matter which direction, whatever you do, just keep it going for a minute. And you can start getting hot fast. Like I can start sweating pretty quick by doing this, but just take and create. And all you do is do this for like a minute or something. You're like, what the hell is the energy? Where did this come from? It's like you amp yourself fast by doing it. And if you maximize your breathing and try to do like big, huge breaths while you're doing it, it goes even faster. If you've ever fallen asleep at the wheel or whatever, you need to, like you pinch yourself right here, or that's not working, you get out and just do some whole body movement for a minute. You can really pump a ton of oxygen into yourself. You can really wake yourself up fast. But I believe, no matter how tired you feel. Now, whether you want to, is a different story. But if you want to drive and get home, and there's no giggling allowed. I'm so sorry you guys broke in the room. Just
Yeah, well, we're coming to the end of this session. Hope your body feels, somewhat better than when you came in, body and mind.
barely is all we're going. Better.
I really like to encourage, always just take mindfulness with you, always be aware of what you're doing, you're washing the dishes, you're taking out the trash, you're, driving to work, all these things, just be mindful of your whole body, make it into a practice. Tension, all these things, we can always be healing your body, no matter what.
Making a sandwich, make it last for two. Just kidding. That sounds wrong. But you could, and then you probably go with training. Well, how's everybody feel?
Really good.
You feel good?
That's awesome.
You feel like it's awesome. All right, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I feel you.